Hi everyone. This tutorial is going to focus on what to do with your Google Classroom at the end of the year. You might have heard the term archive before, and that's going to hold your classroom in check and kind of shut things down. But there's a couple things we want to do to this first. So the first thing you're going to notice is these are all my current active classrooms. If I go into the three little dots, I'm going to show you why we want to do it this way. I could go to the dots and hit archive right away, and that's going to hold it in check in our archive folder. Let me show you what that looks like. On our three little lines by our classroom, this once again will show you all your classes active, but I'm going to go down to this where it says archive classes. The reason why we want to remove classrooms is because it archives the class, but if you notice, the students are still enrolled in that classroom, which means if I want to make this classroom active again and use it next year or make a copy of it, it's going to make a copy with all those students as well. And this is where we ran into that problem where all of a sudden you were getting shared documents from students you haven't had for years. So let's look at the proper way to do this. So first we're going to go back to all the classrooms to see which one I want to archive. So I'm going to archive this one here, creating digital workflow. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to click into my classroom. I'm going to go to people, and I'm going to remove all the students. Now I could click on every single one, but very easily I can click on the top square. It selects all of them. Then I go to actions, and then I click remove students. So that's going to remove all these people. And now you can just see it's just robbed myself in here. So now I'm going to go back to the three little lines. I'm going to click on classes to go back to my home screen. There's 0 students in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to go hit archive. Now, just for next year as well, just to give you a heads up, you can also click copy. This is going to make an exact replica of that class and you can rename it something totally different, make a copy, and then you actually have another one. Sometimes I do this because I'm going to change what I'm doing in this classroom for next year. So I kind of want an original copy of that class that will show me what I did last year with assignments, all those things. So there's the copy. I'm just going to ignore that for now. But I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click the 3 little dots and I'm simply going to hit archive. So you get this pop-up saying you can't update it, things like that, and hit archive. But remember, just because it's archived, everything that's been done in that Google Classroom, especially in that Drive folder, all the assignments are there, everything's still in there as well. You don't delete those out. So if you ever want to go in, maybe this will be next year, I could go back into my archive classrooms, and I can simply go find it, and I can click on the 3 little dots, and I can restore it. Okay, but notice I have 0 students in here, there's no more connections, and then I can get ready for next year. So to recap, you go in, you delete all your students, and then you can archive it. And this is how you get ready to close out the end of your year.